If you feel like you have too many tabs open and your brain is just running on overload, I feel like this might be the perfect day for you. So today I'm getting my ish together. I say ish, you know what it means. We're having a full day of getting it together. So I started with some health first. I did a little green juice. This has been my go-to green juice for the past month, and I love it. It tastes really good. It goes down really easily, and it's super good for me. And I notice a difference in my skin and just how I feel. So I do a full stalk of celery, about 3 to 4 cucumbers, some ginger, and some pineapple. And the pineapple gives it a better taste. And this makes enough juice for 2 people. I have had this juicer forever and I absolutely love it. I have a similar one in Florida, and I started juicing when we were in Florida just to get in some extra nutrients and start my day. So I do this on a completely empty stomach. I've also given up coffee, which I know is insane, but this past month I haven't been really drinking any coffee at all. And it's the biggest difference in terms of heart rate and anxiousness and just feeling a lot better, being able to sleep better. So this has been how I start my day every single day. Another tip is making sure that all the vegetables are cold. So if you've just purchased the vegetables, the juice won't be as good. Or you could refrigerate the juice and just keep it and store it. I have it fresh every single day, but just making sure that the juice is cold makes a really big difference. I usually fill up 2 mason jars halfway. Andre will come down and have his. And then I just got a bunch of tea. So like I said, I switched from coffee to tea. I try and do uncaffeinated tea as well, because that would kind of defeat the purpose. And I alternate between chamomile, peppermint. I started getting some chai tea. A lot of you guys said to get some pumpkin spice tea, which I thought was a great idea. So the other thing I do every single morning is I water my plants. And then these little bulbs help so much with keeping everything alive. We say good morning to Carl, and we make sure that he is fed and happy. So while the water was boiling in the kettle, I lit a couple candles and some incense. And I feel like it just cleanses the house and makes the air smell so much cleaner. I just love a good incense. It's so good. And in my little cauldron holder, so cute. So I poured my cup of tea. It was a beautiful day out. The autumn leaves are sparkling. The birds wanted to be fed though. So if you've been following for any amount of time, you probably know that I love feeding the chipmunks. I love feeding the birds. It literally looks like a scene from a fairy tale some days with all the animals on the balcony. So it was just a matter of time before they showed up after I filled that up, because they love the black sunflower seeds. We have so many blue jays. No cardinals yet though. The lake was so peaceful this day. It was an absolutely beautiful day. So this is where I usually set up to work. We have a little area in the kitchen. Carl sits next to me for the majority of the day, and I will usually start my day by just planning out my goals. And today I kept it really simple, lined piece of paper. So I just made a list of everything that I wanted to do to get my ish together. Everything that was on my mind, all the different things from cleaning the house to getting everything organized to filming and editing. So every single day this month I have been posting a new daily video. So that obviously consumes the vast majority of my day. And then I also go live every single day. So we have a group called the Daily Dose Club, and I have been doing a live series called Get Your Ish Together. So I go live every single day. We're following an exact step-by-step formula. I love that it's actually live. Every year I've been doing this for, I would say 5 to 6 years, and it premieres on our YouTube channel, which is great, but I'm not actually on live. I'm just in the comments typing because it's pre-recorded. This is every single day live in person, and I can interact in the comments. So I absolutely love it. So if you're not in the Daily Dose Club, get in the Daily Dose Club. If you have anything from the Daily Grind, that's your ticket in. So once I was done the live, I made myself some breakfast. This has been my go-to breakfast. So I usually do green juice, some tea, and then I have a sourdough toast with some local honey. And then I pop in my headphones and listen to a good audiobook while I decided to conquer cleaning. So there was a lot of things that I wanted to clean, including my little makeup table that kind of got out of hand this month. And I also wanted to set up our guest bedroom. So my makeup area is in our guest bedroom. So I put away any summer palettes, any makeup that I wasn't using this past month, and I just store it in this little cube. And then if I still haven't used it and it's been sitting in that cube box for a little while, I throw it out. So this was the day where we changed out our sheets, we changed out our bedding. We actually got a grounding sheet for our bed, just it helps you sleep better. So we got a red light that is life-changing. We have this joke between my husband and I where we try and fight the red light every night, where we think that we can make it and stay awake. Nope, it knocks us out, and it stays on for 21 minutes, so it just shows how fast we fall asleep. So I received all these blankets. I wanted to fold them. I also wanted to switch out the bedding. So this is the bedding that I have all year round. It looks kind of Christmassy, I know, but I love it. So I do have a fall bed set, so I wanted to switch that up. My parents were coming for dinner, and then they stay over whenever they come, so I wanted to set up their bed for them. This bed was one of my favorite purchases for this reason. It's so smart. There's so much storage underneath. I absolutely love it. So I stored the extra comforter and extra blankets in there, any extra pillows or bedding, towels, all of that. So I just put all the extras under there, including the pillows that I'm probably going to take out in a week or so because we're going to switch it back over to red, obviously, for the holidays. But for now, we are doing a full autumn theme. This is the exact same comforter that we have on our bed in Florida, and I love it. So in Florida, we have it in white. I feel like the camera's not really picking it up, but it's kind of like a burnt orange. I feel like it's showing more brown, but it's definitely orange. And I just love it. It's so cozy, it's lightweight, and very autumn. And then I had this orange blanket. This was one of our blankets from last year's Halloween collection, so I just put that on my little bench. And then I had this Harry Potter blanket that I had gotten last year for when we made our fort, which, yes, we are going to do that if you guys want to do it. We're going to build a fort in the living room. So then I just wanted to fold up these blankets, and I was just going to put them on the little bookshelf next to the room because we're going to need to take some photos soon. So yes, this is a sneak peek. And they are so pretty, especially with the corner tassels. Oh, I love it. They're double-sided. One side is plaid and one side has a pattern. I actually think that they fit perfectly on the bookshelf. They looked really good together. So then I just wiped down all the surfaces. That's my favorite cleaning spray. I've been using it forever. The Method Cleaner, I absolutely love it. And then I collect these rustic magazines like Mountain Living or Cottage Living. So they're all like cottagecore magazines. And I just stacked them all together in my office area, like kind of my hangout area in the guest bedroom. I feel like everywhere in the house is my office area. So this is the final look at the bedroom. It looked so good. I just had to turn on the twinkle lights and everything. And then we have this miniature bar cart that I've never decorated. And I figured that would be a great spot to put a little couple pieces of decor. So I brought down our Halloween board game so we can actually play. And then I had to get to work. So this is just setting up the video, editing process, work stuff, going on to Slack. And I love working at the kitchen table because I can see the birds from the window. It's so cute. And then Carl just went and slept on his little bed in the hallway. We lit a candle, and then I had to go outside and feed the little babies before I made my own lunch and set up for work. And look, she just waits for me. So whenever she hears the door click, you can see she knows the sound of the door opening. So sweet. Look at those little cheeks. And then she could fit a second one. She overcommitted, and then she went into her little house. So I just put that away, grabbed some sourdough. I guess I had a lot of sourdough this day. So I just wanted to make myself a little sandwich so that I could set up, have some lunch, and get to work at my computer. So it has been asked so many times if I could show a workday in the life. And my answer is always the same. First of all, I have really bad resting face. And whenever I go into concentration mode, I feel like it would just be also very boring. But what I figured I could do is just time lapse it and show you what it looks like whenever I am filming / editing and working at all of this, even the voiceovers like what I'm doing now. So I set up at the little table. I put on a really good ambience music while I'm editing. And I just have it in my headphones. I went and got changed, by the way, so I was a little bit more comfy. And it's just a lot of back and forth, a lot of clips. Usually there's about 3 to 4 hours worth of content that I condense down into about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the video. And then I take out my microphone that I'm literally on right now, and that's how I get the really good audio. So then I go through the whole video again, watch it through while I do the voiceover, and then I add music, I add the voiceover, I add any overlays and titles to the actual video. So it's a lengthy process. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it, because to do this every single day is incredibly lengthy. If you could see the clock that was on my phone, you saw how much time that took. So then the last thing that I wanted to do to get my well, not the last thing, but one of the big things that I really wanted to do was clean the basement. So all of our photography stuff, all of the stuff for photo shoots and products and samples end up in the basement, and they gathered throughout the month of October just with decorating and everything. So I wanted to clean all of that up and organize it, because we're going to go into holiday launch mode. So I wanted to lay all that out and be able to set up a little area where I could take the product photos, because I do that myself, which I also very much enjoy. So then to end the evening, I got this text from my mom, and she had this product idea for me, and it was a pumpkin that was almost like a cottagey pumpkin. And I told her, Mom, I can make that for you. So she wanted us to create it for the daily grind. I was like, Mom, I can make you one. So I got this glass pumpkin at the dollar store a couple of years ago. And the idea is that we would put a candle in it, or a tea light, and then it had this like crochet around the pumpkin. So I bought a crocheted doily on Amazon, and then I used Mod Podge to glue it all down. And then I thought that I could add an iridescent Mod Podge as well. The only thing that was complex about this is that I had to trim the doily where the pumpkin would split so that it would all come together. But I feel like I did a pretty good job. And I used my hairdryer to speed up the drying process a little bit. So you can kind of see the sparkles, and then I just let it dry overnight. And it turned out so good. Can you see the sparkles? Such a cute little DIY. So I wanted to be able to show you what it looks like in the dark. It is the spitting image of what she showed me. I feel like I nailed it. So I gifted that to my mom. They were coming over this evening. So I wrapped up this for her in a little tea kettle, and I had gotten her a little couple trinkets in Disney Springs as well. So because we were hosting, I wanted the experience in the porch, and this is where we eat dinner, to be incredible. So you know how when we decorated together, I said, I think I can do more? Well, I had the vines that I had created. So these are pool noodles wrapped with a black garbage bag and hockey tape. Very Canadian of me, I know. So I had created these last year for our railing, like our staircase, and I had a couple left. Now, do I wish that I would have kept all of them? Absolutely, because these look incredible. So my vision was I could hang them over these beams. I couldn't even believe that I could reach up there. I just used a little step stool and I was actually able to reach, and then they just kind of hooked on. They're not attached in any way, they're just hanging. So it'll be easy for takedown. I often get that question too, how long does it take me to take down all of this decorations? You'll see, it's gonna be great. And by the way, I added the man-eating plant Lego that I did the other day to the porch. So if you didn't see that cozy day routine, I really, really love that video. So my idea, like I said, was to use all these larger black vines and then incorporate the dollar store floral vines and then the ivy on top, so that it just looked like it was completely an overgrown solarium, just like Morticia's solarium. So I just moved everything closer to the chandelier. So there's 2 chandeliers in the room, so I figured that made it very symmetrical. I hung some vines from the fan. The trick will just be to not turn on the fan. I also recognized how much I had to dust up there, so we will be doing that as well. We'll probably end up doing a big deep clean once the Halloween decor comes down, which I feel like I should film to just show how quick I am at taking everything down and putting everything up, and taking it all down, putting it in storage, and then cleaning and then getting ready for the next season is pretty much my jam. I'm very good at it and I'm very fast, so I feel like that'd be a fun video. So then I just kind of tossed the ivy all over. It'll be super quick for takedown, which I love. And I just kind of made it all tangled and weaving through the plants that were already on the tables. And these ivies, I just got them in a pack of, I believe, 24 off of Amazon. And I got those last year and I love them. And I use them for other seasons as well. So I made a nice healthy dinner, a big pot of stew, very cozy and very healthy. It was so good. So I was trying to count how long I wanted to set it really, really low. So this was like first thing in the morning. I think I let it simmer for well over 7 hours. I had these little terrarium plants that I thought I could hang from the chandeliers, so I just kept adding more and more. This is Bill. I added him to the little picnic basket. I don't know, it just said Bill on the basket, so I thought it was funny. So this is the final porch. I feel like this was such a good 1.5 days of just getting my ish together, decorating, cleaning, and doing all the things I wanted to do. So I think next up, I need to show you the entire house, all the decorations, the backyard progress. So with that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye, dudes.
Easy, tiger, easy, let your hair down. Come closer.